Well, hello everybody. Welcome back down into my little basement dungeon for a bit of a weekend update. I'm doing a few things today that I've kind of already tried before in the past, but I'm convinced I could do better. I've gotten a lot of advice from you guys over the years, and I'm hoping to remember some of that as I attempt to go forward with these little projects. I want to plant a few more tomato varieties because you can never have too many tomato varieties on the grow, and I'm going to try a couple of different little Kratky type hydroponic options since I'm messing with hydroponics with this Euro grower. Anyway, I might as well just go whole hog and just expand everything. So, let's get started. First off, we'll take a quick look at the Euro grower garden here. You'll see a lot of knockoff solo cups sitting around in here, but I have recently discovered that these 250 ml jars make absolutely perfect fits on the top of this to create a humidome and try and keep my transplanted seedlings a little safer. You'll see I've got 2, 4, 5, 6 of those set up because I've had a pretty decent success rate so far sprouting these 4 varieties of peppers. So I've got a Naga Black over there that I'm very hopeful for, 7-pot brain strain yellow there, and these 2 up here are billy goats. And I've got a Bahut Jalokia yellow there, and that's the same one in there. Hopefully these guys will get nice and big for me in their little humidomes. They definitely won't dry out, so that's good. And yeah, just wanted to share that because it is an absolutely perfect fit. Now the square actual solo cups, it doesn't fit quite as well. There's a little bit of room around the edge, but still pretty darn close. So yeah, probably going to get in trouble for using the canning jars in the garden, but you know, it comes from the garden, goes into the jars, might as well start off in the jars. Yeah, that's my logic, and for now I'm sticking to it. Alright, so one of the first things I want to do is I want to start some more tomato seeds. It's only been a couple of days on these, so I'm not seeing anything popping up just yet, but as you can see I did grab a second and grab a brain, labeled these on the top there. So I've got those 3 varieties hopefully covered and starting for me. But I need to get these Juliet hybrid tomatoes started because we absolutely love these. I don't really know if they're a Marzano or a Juliet hybrid at this point. It's a volunteer of a volunteer of a volunteer, but they're all kind of consistent and they're a fabulous paste tomato. Then back here I've got my Indigo Rose tomato seeds. These are kind of old, so I'm really questioning the germination rate on them, but what is my garden without Indigo Rose tomatoes? And then for a third variety of cherry tomato, we picked these up at the grocery store because they were a little past their prime, so we got a screaming deal on them. So I'm going to try that trick that I see on Facebook where buddy just slices the tomato, sticks it in the soil, and gets sprouts. Yeah, testing Facebook theories for 4 years now. Anyway, and then over here, I've got some Marketmore cucumbers. I'm going to start these and put them in the hydroponics because someone was asking me the other day about if you can grow cucumbers in hydroponics. I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, but there's really only one way to find out. Found some old peat pots, seed starters, whatever the heck you want to call them. So I'm going to use them to get this batch of tomatoes going. Just get them pre-soaking. I'm sure those will settle down in no time and we'll be good to go. While we wait for that though, I guess I'll get started with the Kratky stuff. Most of you will not be surprised at all to find that I'm using a Folgers can for this. But we've also got this fried chicken stuff. Crispy chicken that they sell at the co-op. Pretty decent deal, but not the greatest fried chicken in the world. However, these lids fit really nicely. It's a nice waterproof container. Where's the little thing to open it up? So, yeah, I'll just fill that with my nutrients. And in theory, you know, drill a hole maybe. Should I go 2 holes? I'll go 2 holes in here. 1 hole in here. We'll see how that works. Got the little hole saw and the drill here. That thing has turned out to be such a good investment. I was a little upset about how much it cost at first, but you know what? Perfect fit. Now I think since I do have 3 of these crimson red peppers growing in the system and a few growing in solo cups, I'm going to grab one of these for the Folgers can and hopefully not hurt it too bad. Look at those beautiful roots. Lovely. And then in the Folgers can, I'm going to use one of these net cups from my buddy's aeroponic garden that he still hasn't picked up. Cut the bottom off. He's got these little rubber neoprene, whatever they are, pucks in there. And I can just slide the plant stem right in there and not have to damage anything too bad. And then that allows the roots to dangle through pretty freely, trying not to touch them with anything. And we just need to fill up that Folgers can and we're good to go. I am going to cheat. I'm going to use water from the General Hydroponic Zero Grower thingy here so that I know I've got good hydroponic nutrients in there. That Miracle Grow stuff last time didn't really work for me, and that has been listed as a #1 cause of my problems. So we'll skip that this time and fill from here. You know what? Change of plans. I'm going to put them both, I'm going to grab another one from over there, into the crispy chicken bucket because pepper plants like to have friends, or so I'm told. Again, the roots on this one look just beautiful. I'm very impressed with the roots that I've been pulling out of this this particular hydroponic garden. So yes, hopefully they'll be happy in there. So I've got just enough hydroponic solution in there that these roots are just touching it. Thinking maybe a little tiny bit more, but as I understand it, I don't want to fill this up completely because I need air roots or something like that. So one more cup and that is set up. Now that's not the brightest place in the world that I could put these, but you know, it's under the 6500K fluorescent bulbs. It's getting some good light on par with the pepper plants beside it. Basically the same as they were getting over here. That one pepper looks so lonely now. But in theory, right, this should work. So I would love to hear your feedback on this little chicken container with my 2 crimson red peppers in there. I suppose I should label that. And what's next? Oh yes, the Folgers can. So there are a few plants that I believe you can never really have too many of. Basil would be one, sage would be another. But I'm going to take a cutting from this basil here, way down here, because this one's pretty much a little gangly for my tastes. If I can start it again, I'm going to. So I'm going to take this right down to the soil and set up the Folgers can. For the basil, I'm going to be using an intact net cup and filling it up with the clay pellets. We'll drop it in there. Hopefully it'll work. Yeah, hopefully. You know, in theory and stuff. Well, the Folgers can's a little greedy on the shelf space here underneath the 5000K LED, but there she grows. Alright, here's to hope. So I tried cutting one of these and that just made a big old mess, so instead I guess I'm just going to squish, I should say, the innards of this cherry tomato onto my soil. We'll cover that up with a little bit more soil. And then hopefully in the next few days or weeks, we'll see some little tomato sprouts coming out of there. That would be fabulous. Now to label it before I forget. Give that a little mason jar lid. And put her on the mat. Grow! So 3 very old indigo rose seeds in each of those. 3 very old Juliet hybrid seeds in each of these. Now we wait and hope. And really, really hope, because I'm running out of seeds for both of these varieties. So, grow! And now they too can wait on the warming mat and hopefully become super productive plants for me one day. Maybe even one day soon. So, a lot of people talk to their plants. I yell at mine, I pray at mine, I swear at mine, I hope at mine. Sometimes these things work. We're going to check back on these things on Wednesday like we always do, and yeah, I guess that wraps it up for this little weekend video. Thank you all for joining me. If you did stick around to this point, you may be interested in things here, and or if you're new to the channel, there's a little subscribe circle down here somewhere, or I don't know, might be on the other side. It's really, my camera switches things around a bit, so what do you do? Alright everybody, thanks for joining me. Have a fantastic weekend.